Hi everybody, this is Zombie and welcome to another one of my Dungeon Boss videos. It's been a while since my last PvP Seasons video, so I thought I'd get one in for you guys tonight, and I changed things up a little bit by using my Zombi Jnr account, which is level 48 as you can see. Before we get into the raids themselves, I just want to go over a few bits and pieces about PvP Seasons. So we're currently in Preseason 4 as you can see, and we've had a few changes since 3 and 4. The first one is that we are now only doing 1 week seasons, which is good. I'm enjoying that so far. Rewards are adjusted accordingly, so things got halved basically, and so did the points needed to actually move through the different leagues, as we can see on this. Streaks now last 2.5 hours instead of 1 hour, which is really good. I find that I'm now able to build a streak up throughout the day. Then when I get home from work, or once I get some free time, I can get on with doing a proper PvP stint. And by then, though, I've already got a streak of maybe 8 or 10, so it's actually been really good. Raid tickets now cap out at 8 rather than 4. So if you're not able to get onto the game for a few hours, and you no longer limited at 4, you manage to get all the way up to 8, that's quite useful. Matchmaking though continues to be a bit of a challenge still, and I'll go over some key points on that shortly, but first I just want to go over a quick update on my main account, which is what we can see now. So I'm currently in Legend 1, which is good. It took a lot of hard work to get there. Let's have a quick look at this. So in the actual guild, second from the top, Jack's Boomstick making a play for first place. Fingers crossed for him. And currently, I think I'm 6th. Yeah, there we go. Rewards, as I said, if we look at those, where are we? Top players rewards have been halved. So you can see the gem count and the Medal of Honors, they've been reduced. But, you know, that's fair enough because we've got a week worth of PvP to do rather than 2 weeks. So the devs are still doing a lot of work on PvP Seasons. There's still a lot of stuff to do. Let's just pop back onto Zombi Jnr. There we go. So I want to spend a few minutes discussing matchmaking and my thoughts on the effect that the changes have made. Towards the end of Preseason 3, the devs changed the way that your opponents are selected. Now they've seemed to narrow it down to other players that are in the same league or in the same tier, and therefore they are of a similar power and similar skill. Initially, when it first came out, which I think was a Friday night, it was quite frustrating because the bullseye effect, which means the same people that you're seeing over and over in your attack select opponent screen, this one, was just the same people over and over. It was limited to like half a dozen or maybe a dozen people, and I kept on getting the same guys appear in the selection screen, which leads me on to a quick shout out to Dr. Radex from Aegis of Athena, who I fought him that many times and he fought me that many times that he forced me to try several different defenses, which was actually pretty cool because I got to try out a few different things, so good man. Since then, the devs have continued to work on the selection of opponents that are offered out for us. And when there are a lot of people in the same league or tier, then it's fine. But there are still some issues when you're in one of those without high numbers. Currently on my main account, I am, as you just saw, let's go back to a quick look at top players. I'm in this tier, so I'm right at the top here, and I'm just seeing these same people over and over, just these guys. They're just kind of rotating through. It kind of stops about there or so, maybe just on, maybe to the top 20, and it's just rotating through these. It's getting a bit painful, but the devs are aware and they're looking into it and sorting it out. But you know, I'm still managing to maintain good streaks. Last night I had a streak of 40, I think it was 44 or 47, and right now I've got 18, and I'm waiting for my next raid ticket to come up, which is due in 12 minutes. But these guys, poor villain. Let's have a look at my list of who I've attacked. See if he's on there. So I've attacked him that many times. Some Chelsea Mads. More Chelsea Mads. I can't see him now, but never mind. You get the point. So the net effect of these changes, though, is that there are far fewer teams that you can actually just crush with minimal effort, because the opponents that you're fighting are of the same level. Certainly on my main account, maybe not on Zombi Jnr, but we'll see. The net effect is that they're just not the teams there that you can just face roll, so you do have to actually give it some thought and look at what you're doing. So PvP certainly now is more of a challenge rather than a mind-numbing repetition of just click destroy over and over. And although RNG can actually mean a win or a loss a bit too often, I am actually rather enjoying it. I do quite like it because it takes skill now and support of your guild rather than just chucking money at it. Which leads me on to what I find fascinating is that some of these notable high-level players that are supposedly specialised in PvP are now throwing their toys out of their prams, complaining that they can't hold a winning streak anymore. Well, you know, it's not impossible. You can't complain. Look, there's a streak of 18 for you. But what that tells me is that said people believe that pressing the I win button against a weak defence actually equates to being skilled. And now they're in a panic, and you can go and read on the forums to see what I mean. But of course, this has both good and bad connotations. Good in the player skill and the support offered within a guild now prevails, and the top 100 is an extremely different landscape. But it is bad in that these not so skilled big spenders that are used to throwing money at the game to win PvP could actually leave in frustration. It's important to remember that the more money that's spent on the game, the more that the devs will invest in its development and the continuation of its enjoyment for us all. So it's very much a double-edged sword. But as the Spanish might say, que sera sera. There's still work to be done in perfecting PvP, but the devs are actively listening to our feedback. I know that for a fact. Many of you know what I'm talking about there, some of you won't. And they are working hard to get a balanced system in place that we can all enjoy. Anyway, let's get cracking and expect me to be losing several matches on Zombi Jnr. We shall see how this one goes. I'm going to attempt to show you a couple of different teams that I've used as a kind of strategy with my main account. So the first one is where you find a team that doesn't have any fast heroes or doesn't have a particularly great fast hero. You can put this one together, and the sequence of events is you have Zen put Safe Haven on Cobalt, as you'll see. Keep him nice and safe. Next we have Lupina put Fear onto as many of those defenders as possible. Then MK tries to wipe out the team, and if any of those survive and they then subsequently attack Cobalt, then you're okay because he's protected and he's not going to die. As we'll be able to see. And Cobalt can mop up, hopefully. There we go, just Nub Nub remaining. So it's a bit of a rinse and repeat team. It does go wrong now and then, of course, because I'm level 47 and I'm fighting people at the level 50 and constantly playing their accounts, so they will have better runes than I will, much better runes. Lupina there as well, you can see that she's not only she's diseased, but she doesn't have any runes on her whatsoever, so her damage output and protection, there's just nothing to be said for it. So do 3 or 4 against using this team against non-fast hero teams. Let's have a look. Nope. Let's see if we've got any. No. Okay. So let's go take a look at something then. I'll show you the other team that I'm thinking of. So we've got that, and we want you. Perfect, let's go. So MK's going to do his thing. What you want to do is put Cobalt in slot 1, because then the defending MK will attack him first and in all likelihood will kill him. At that point, MK gets diseased and his damage output to the rest of your heroes on the team will be minimal, allowing them to survive. Once the horror has ended and Emily gets to go, oh, he survived that one, which is good, then Emily gets to resurrect Cobalt and attack. And if Cobalt dies on this one, then you want to put your safe haven onto Emily. Otherwise, naturally, you want to put it onto Cobalt. Well, that was unfortunate that Zoom survived. Oh, thank goodness. There we go. So luckily, their nitpick was in slot 1. Otherwise, that would have gone downhill rapidly. And so for Zombi Jnr, I just kind of rotate between these 2 teams. It's not infallible. Far from it. There we go. So for this one, we'll switch back. Lupina, Lupina, where are you? There you go. Perfect. Okay, same routine. Safe haven on Cobalt. Then Lupina. So when I do PvP, my idea is that I don't want to be giving too much thought on the thing. I don't want to be swapping teams in and out and being cunning. A lot of people get loads of enjoyment out of that. I do, but I don't have a great deal of time on my hands. So I want to look for quick solutions to get me through the ranks. And that's what this does, and the last team does. Right, now this could be quite nasty. Let's have a look. She is the biggest pain because she dodges. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, you can go. Always look for the easiest team to beat unless you're busy experimenting and testing different teams out and stuff and testing your skill. But if you want to be as efficient as possible, pick the weakest team you can. That's my advice. You've got to watch out for Zoom though, because he gets his main attack, I think it's Soul Shred, isn't it? He gets 2 attacks from that and also strips buffs. So he could strip off that invulnerability off Cobalt and actually kill him at the same time. Dodged? Was that a miss? Alright, some interesting teams then. Let's tackle this one. So we'll go with that. Let's see what's going on. I think my Emily has very poor runes on her as well, so it could well be that she doesn't survive. And in which case, I'm probably going to lose. So I fully expect MK to kill Cobalt. There we go. So you can see he's diseased and the rest of his attacks there did next to nothing, which is great. So then we can put Safe Haven onto Emily. And then in a moment, Emily brings Cobalt back. I'm not too worried about BD now, she's diseased. Still hitting hard though. There we go. Worked perfectly. It looks like we just had a defensive as well. Let's have a look. Did we just repel an attacker? No. Oh, maybe not. Gorfag. Oh, that looks nasty. That looks nasty. I don't want to fight it. That doesn't look nasty. So you should always try and have a fast defender or two on your team because you're more likely to get a win. Obviously not impossible to get wins with just normal heroes, but you're more likely to get one if you have a fast hero on there. Someone like MK or Shade. If you've got Shade, I'd recommend putting him first over MK because you can do that trick that I just showed you where you put Cobalt on your first slot and kind of neutralises poor old MK. There we go. Prime example of why you put invulnerability on to Cobalt. So he can mop up. Mentioned that we'll look at some runes. Let's take a look. So the runes on my heroes here are absolutely shocking. Go away. They really are shocking. So we've got Cobalt, the best of the lot. So I was lucky with that one. Oh no, I wasn't lucky with that one. I won it in around Christmas or whenever it was. So there you go. So there we go. Not the best, not the best, not the best. Who else do we have? MK. I'm sure that you guys out there, I mean, look, it's a lesser. You guys out there, equivalent level as I am here, have got much better. Zen. Oh dear, he's even missing a rune. That's a good one. Absolutely dreadful for the rest. Who else did we have? Where's Lupina? I've got to show you Lupina because she's so bad. Where are you? There, as you can see, 0 runes. Really quite poor. Still managing to pull off the wins, so let's get a couple more in. So here we'll follow the Emily team. This guy 4 levels higher, he's going to pack a punch. Or he doesn't. I should have checked his runes. Meh. It's all about runes. This is where Kobold needs to earn his money. So I think he's still going to get made slow. Yes, he does, so everyone else gets their turn. So this would be the team absolutely annihilated now if it wasn't for Zen. And still might be, we'll see. Grog survived. Concerning. Oh dear. This could be the loss. Oh well. Oh. Boom, take it. That was a close call. Very close call. Must get better runes on my heroes. One more, then we'll wrap up. Let's fight someone that's going to be a bit more... Oh, hang on. No, that would be easy because... No, that wouldn't be easy. Because of him. Let's do it. Might well lose to this one. And I'll try and use the team that I mentioned. What do I want to do? Yes. You're pointless. So he's completely pointless, Zen, on this one. So what do I want to do? I want to... He's going to strip off those. My heroes really are not good enough to be fighting this team, I don't think. But we'll see. Let's go for this. We'll put you there, and we'll have you there. I think we'll have him anyway. And then... go on then. So pretty much the same team as before, except we put Kai in to try and reduce some damage. Okay, that was predictable, but also useful. Oh, didn't die. Fair enough. That's gonna hurt. And there we go, game over. That was a tough team. Finish him, Kozar. Booyah! Down you go. Right, there you go. So 2 teams that you can get some use in on. Hopefully you find that useful. Leave me some comments in the usual place and let me know any teams that you have at this level that might be good, because then I can use them. That's all for now, guys. Please do leave comments, questions or suggestions in the comments section below. I'll always try to answer. Remember to check out the rest of my YouTube channel for more Dungeon Boss videos, or search Zombie Dungeon Boss in Google or YouTube for more. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.